Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Working on Ed this time. What I'm going to be doing is replacing the tie rod bushes with a poly and a rubber. So, I'm going to get into this, get these replaced, get the tie rod bar cleaned up a bit, maybe refurbed, and get them back on. When I've been braking at times, I feel the car pulling to the right hand side, and I think this could be one of the problems looking at these underneath. So we'll get these replaced and see if that sorts that problem. But in general, I was going to do this anyway. I'm going to do this to the whole car. May as well start somewhere, so I'm starting here. The biggest problem I suspect is going to be getting the old bolts off, but we'll find out together. So yep, let's go. So if you've seen my last video, you'll see me doing this when on the Eleanor when the tie rods are on the subframe on the bench. This is different, it's on a car. So this needs cleaned up for a start and removed. Then we get into the, you can see it's quite corroded on the outside. Not too bad because I have treated it before. Then when we get to the bushes here, this side's pretty squashed. That side's not as bad but still not great. So basically what we're looking to do is get it cleaned up, get this nut off, get that off, get it tapped loose, cleaned up, refurbed and replace it. Seems straightforward. Let's see how it goes. So that's that basically been wire brushed and soaked in WD-40 both ends there and at the actual end bit there. What I said last time, and I'll say again, is I undone this one first, because if I undo that one first and take that off, that then means this will end up turning, whereas if I use this first, it's locked in place at that end. So this end first, then that end, and hopefully that'll be us. Let's see. So the size of this nut is an 11/16. Unfortunately my socket is too big to fit, and I don't have an 11/16 there, so I'm going to have to try and make do with this at the moment. Not ideal, but it's all I can do at the moment. So this loosened off. How does it come off? So the 11/16 bolt, followed by flat washer, followed by cup washer, difference being it's indented on that side and flat on the other. Then you have a bush here, which is pretty tight in there. It'll come off once it's pulled off, or you can get a pry bar in and pull it off here. And you've got a bush on the other side, and that's all that's really on this end. Right, and this side. One to hold on the top. And one to loosen on the bottom. Wasn't bad at all. In terms of this side, half bolt, See if there is a spring washer, very well corroded in there. And this needs freed loose, so it just needs tapped up here. But from experience, it'll be well seized in there. So we'll give it a tap to start with. I have got new bolts, so I'm not too bothered about damaging the bolt. But this bit here I remember being tight on the CV, so we'll need to be careful not to damage the boot here as well. So, only one way to find out. Let's get this tapped. So the nut in here was totally seized, it wasn't moving at all. I first tried knocking it, wasn't working. Tried twisting it, wasn't twisting. So what I done was a little bit of heat on here, then I twisted it, twisted that way, back and forward, then managed to tap it and it tapped loose eventually. Being very careful with the heat obviously, because you've got the ball joint here and it's rubber, so I don't want to melt anything. So got that tapped out and there we go, just lifts loose. And up here you've seen the outer bush comes off and the tie rod lifts away at that. So triple the work just purely because of a seized bolt. So you had the outer bush with the rim facing in the way and this one with the rim facing out the way. So there's the two bushes. Let's compare them to the new ones. Right, so here we're comparing, these are the two old ones that came off and these are the ones that are going on. So there's the difference. Not as bad as I thought actually. I think we'll compare the other side, the right hand side. I think that's a lot worse, which would probably indicate why the car's pulling when I brake. But these aren't too bad, but these are not dear, so it's worth replacing. And because I'm putting the poly on the outside, it's actually upgrading as well. So hopefully I'll see a positive feel when I'm driving it. So that's the bushes, the tie bar. What we're wanting to check with this is obviously the outside condition. This is fine, this can be sanded down and repainted. What we are looking for is to make sure that it's not bent along the shaft. Because if it's bent, then it's a new rod. And looking at that, it does look fairly straight. So yep, that's going to get refurbished, and then I've got all the new fittings that'll just go back on the same way they've came off. Straightforward, other than the one seized bolt here. There we go. Refurbed tie bar, bit for this end here, bushes, cup washer, nut. All ready to go on. So let's get this thing refitted. Right, so we're going to put this bit through here first, but we need to put the bushes in first. So this kit here, one is rubber, one is polyurethane. The easiest way to remember which order they go in, for me anyway, is it's like my wife's cooking. Hard on the outside and soft on the inside. So the inside being this side, outside being that side. So soft one goes on first. It's then fed through the hole. We then set it on the bottom arm. try and get these holes lined up quite well, but I don't want to hit this with a metal hammer because it's fresh paint, so rub on mallet and be careful. Well, I found the easiest way to line these holes up is just with a screwdriver or a drift. There we go. What I've done with this bit in here, just gave it a quick file to get some of the rust on the inside that was there. So, copper grease on. Just to hopefully stop it seizing like it did the last ones. So after a lot of fighting, managed to get this through. I basically put that end to the subframe on, got a screwdriver here, manoeuvred it, but it's very tight between here and here, so it just takes a lot of patience. I was adamant I wasn't breaking the ball joint to lower this. I've also got the jack under here to play about with the height, just to give it the right bit, so it's taken me a while, but it's in. So the bottom bit now, just as it came off, got a split washer. And a nut. Right, so I'll just tighten it just now. I'm not going to fully tighten it until I've got the side for the subframe in. There you go. That'll do for just now until it can get torqued up. Right, for the outside, the way it goes, for me anyway, is the poly bush with this bit facing inside. Followed by the cup washer with the indent facing in, basically to hold the poly bush in. Followed by the flat washer. Followed by the nut. Right, these are all tightened up and installed. I just need to do the torque settings now. So for the one at the bush's end, it's 30 Newton meters, and the one at the suspension arm end, it's 26 Newton meters, listed in the Haynes manual. So off camera, I'll just go and torque them up, and that'll be job done. So yep, done this one. Just need to do the other side now, and I will come back to you once they're both done. So I've managed to get the other tie rod bar off it, put up a huge fight, just again with the bolt that goes through here. But again, it was just lubrication, weight, heat, twist, 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 on and on for about 25-30 minutes. And then eventually it came out with knocking it through. But when I get this one off, I don't know how well you can see that on the camera. See it there? It's bent, tie rod's bent. So I don't know if this would contribute to the poor braking. The bushes didn't seem too bad compared to the other side, but whether that's wear and tear or whether that's taking a knock at some point, it's going to have to be replaced. They have to be straight, these things. So there we go, both sides installed. Both sides have been painted. This is just the wax oil I've just put on just to give it that protection against the stones, etc. So quite pleased with it. This was the worst bit here, these bolts getting them back in because of the clearance. Just be patient with it. Jack it up here and move it from side to side of the steer until you get the best position for it, and it will go, trust me. I had my doubts, but no, it will go. And the bushes, And you can see there, all looking good. Quite pleased. It took longer than what I thought. Again, just down to rusty bolts, but stick with it and just take your time, bit by bit. I'm planning to get this car upgraded into the standard I want, and I'll keep the videos coming to let you guys know how I'm getting on. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.